You're gonna hit him eventually, I believe. I believe. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the VOD review series by yours truly, Coach Apxche. We're currently coaching Chironic. He was a previous platinum player, hasn't played in a while, so he's back down to bronze. But basically, he just wants a refresher on what bad habits he should avoid, as well as some things that he should look to do, not only get him back to his rank, but exceed that. So what we're really going to talk about today is we're really going to focus on positioning. We're going to focus on probably ult usage, as well as probably just proactivity, right? Being proactive. Those will probably be the three things we'll look at today, so we can have a narrow lens of focus instead of trying to correct everything, right? So positioning, ult usage, and then proactivity. So Blade's like a mid-range character, so don't want to be too close, too far. Still in here. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of you and entering like that. I just don't think that was very smart. So let's just, think about that for a second. Like I said, you're a mid-range character. Yeah, you have a melee, but his melee is not like super oppressive. So what I would have said was if your Thor's playing here, I probably would have just like peeked the corner, just pop some shots. And if anything, if your Thor knocks somebody in, you can maybe hit them with a dash, anti-heal them, and just create an opportunity for your team to, get that pick. But right here, you kind of just go in. You're going way too early. You don't have a dive comp, right? That's something to also keep in mind, right? You got to think about what your team's going to do. Like, yeah, you have a Thor, and you think your Thor wants to go in. But if you look at your comp, right, it's a lot of damage. It's a lot of front to back brawliness in a sense. Got a lot of healing, right? And you got people who want to fight forward, not necessarily dive, but just you want to be able to kind of siege, right? Like attrition gameplay. So by you going in like that, you're kind of playing the game a little too fast. All right, so as we're coming back, we are down a teammate. I don't think they've lost anybody yet. Just gotta be really careful here. Hey, well, you poking at stuff, but just make sure we're not overcommitting here. Right here, you're just too far in the open. Thankfully, you survive, but we'll go back real quick just to kind of talk about it. So we'll look at it from a top-down view as well. I hate how he's resetting to them. So as we watch you come out here, right? So this is your cover here, and you can shoot the Iron Man from this cover while still keeping yourself in a safe position. And as you can see, you kind of jump and creep out. So now you're exposing yourself to all of this, right? And I mean, in our reality, good players, the higher you get, they're gonna blow you up. You're gonna get punished for this, right? Luckily, you get out, but in any higher elo, this is a big mistake. You got to make sure you're playing around cover. Sometimes you got to peek out of cover a little bit, but this is dramatic. Look at the gap between you and where you should be. You know what I'm saying? So let's just make sure we're not just over peeking.
As good as new.
Just embrace the light.
Hope you've got another comeback.
Yeah. And then you're down, teammates, so you really don't want to risk dying here. And then my issue with what you're doing now is you're being a little too proactive, right? And the reason why I'm saying that is because right now you're probably not going to be able to get an elim here. So you're going to do damage for no reason. You're going to do damage and you're going to feed the support ults, right? So you don't want to do that. You don't want pointless damage. Right, he might die here because he's in a bad position. So your team ends up getting two. So right there, the push onto the Bucky is good because he's out of position, right? And your team is able to capitalize. Gotta be careful, right? But you got that pick, so not opposed to that, right? Remember, cover. Look, you could be here, right? You could be jiggle peeking here, or you could try to dash over here, get to here, right? And now you can play here. You got a health pack, right? They don't really have the speed to get to you, so it's right here you could be cool, right here you could be cool, and you have a health pack. We just gotta avoid staying in the middle for so long.
Just embrace the light.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Co-op time. Slice and dice. Back in the game. Somebody's always trying to ice skate up here.
Control lost.
Airfield traffic flow open.
So you heard the hook. Oh. Okay, way to escape. So you heard the hook. Remember, it's a third-person game. Gotta always assume somebody's corner peeking. Okay, that's... He's tossing. Okay, that's cool. Make sure you live now. At this point, you've already won the fight, so you don't need to do anything crazy. Your job's kind of to live. Now, your ultimate ability, right? Obviously, your ultimate ability does a lot of damage, but it also anti-heals. So, how do you want to use that ult? You want to use that to counter support ults, right? But you don't want to just dash into their backline, right? So, knowing that you got the Luna Elim, you should know that if you look at your supports, you got a support ult, you just use one. So, they probably have theirs, or they're really close. So, your mentality should be, how can I set up so that this next fight, I can just anti-heal them as they ult in, right? And punish them for it, right? So you want to look for a position that's going to enable you to hit them, but also not get eliminated, right? So maybe corner peeking here, right? As they walk in, you could dash in, or, you know, things like that. Or maybe hiding up here. As they come in, you can dash them and you can land in a safe spot. Like, your goal should be to hit them, but also get to a safe position so you don't instantly blow up, right? So that should be what you're looking for this next fight.
1,000 gods! Bury the light.
So right there, you use your ult to get into 1v1, which is not terrible, but you could have used it to win a team fight, right? Because now your ult, which could have been used to counter a support ult, is no longer on the board. Think about that. Like, yeah, your ult can get picks, but your ult's actually insane at countering support ults.
Is that it?
Your team's capture progress has passed the halfway point. Double KO.
Hell yeah. Got a med kit. Maximum!
Yep, we're in bronze.
It's scrap now, Tony. Light and dark? Nice. The hunt is on.
Us against the world.
Good job punishing this guy that's out of position.
They've almost got it.
See how you really can't do nothing because, you know, your only anti-heals would be your pistol dash. Could have used on the tank, but I'm not against what you're doing here. Yeah, switch up to your pistol.
This
is real firepower!
Looks like no cosmic yard is getting amplified here.
I unleash the Vishanti's
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
I'm say take your time, make sure you hit some headshots, but pull that sword out. Alright. Alright, so round one, so far so good. Like I said, the biggest things that we've noticed so far is going to be just how far you're extending from cover and how long you're being there. As well as just there's been a few opportunities where you're probably going a little too fast, a little too aggressive, when you can save those aggressive plays for more meaningful fights. Getting a pick with your ult is cool and all, but if you get a pick with your ult and the next fight they just come in with their ult and they cap the point and now y'all can't retake it,
Starts in 5,
you know what I'm saying? So
4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area.
So as we head into this next round, we just gotta really think, you know, you have two of your other DPS are really good at playing front to back, so if you want to off angle a little bit, that's more than okay.
Our enemies are near. Hell yeah.
Got the health back to play off now.
Slice and dice. 1,000 gods!
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
So I think you might be able to pop to build your ult faster than them with how you've been playing. But remember, you gotta be careful with how you're using your ultimate. Oh, I would have looked at the cloak, brother. The cloak. Yeah, you should probably get out of there. Yeah, right there, your target prio was. I mean, you probably know that. Oh, I don't have to tell you that, but definitely should have shot the cloak. Remember, he's not really great close range. It's kind of like a shotgun pistol. Not the best super close. Okay. Right there. They're already down 2, so you don't necessarily need to lay that aggro.
But I act faster.
You gonna hit him eventually, I believe. I believe. Yeah,
I was
yeah.
born ready.
It happens.
1,000 guns! I had you covered this time.
You know. So right there, it's like, that's another thing too. It's like, do you have to pop your ult there? Or could you pop it as soon as they're going to start? You know what I'm saying? Like when they're going to take the objective. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Judge, jury, execution!
like that. Counters an ult.
Hell yeah. Taste cold steel.
I hope my successes make you proud.
Back in the game.
They've almost got it!
Boom, one shot. Next time, put up a fight.
Friendly.
I could use this. The hunt is on. Slice and dice.
That wouldn't have went for her. I'd have shot her backline.
For once, I'm vulnerable.
By shooting her backline, you can deny them from looking at your tank. Might have been an ego VOD, I'm not gonna lie. But from what I notice, obviously you want to play to your character's strengths. Blade is not like a super close range character unless you have the sword, obviously. And even with his sword's not like super impressive. So you want to really make sure you're playing that mid-range game. You're going in when you should, if anything. But make sure when you're using your ultimate ability, you should be using it for specific reasons. Yes, getting a 1v1 like a 1v1 elim's cool, but you can get a lot more value out of his ult, a lot like in a very easy way. Like it's not like I'm asking you to hold your ult for the perfect moment, but like it's designed to counter support ults, right? So you should be looking to use it against support. And I mean, if you don't get an opportunity, which you didn't in that second fight, they really didn't build them up. But in the first round, you definitely had an opportunity. I should have been definitely what you were looking for. But I like that when you see people out of position, you're jumping on that. But I definitely want you to be mindful of your positioning as well as how long you're outside of cover, right? So if you're going to take anything away from this video, for anybody that is watching, make sure you're playing around cover. You don't overextend. Punish those who overextend. And make sure you're using your ults for the right thing. It's cool to use your ult, right? And I'd highly recommend people to use your ult as much as possible as you're learning. But once you figure out what your ult's supposed to do, what it's good at, what it counters, what gets countered by, what it gets countered by, you really start to figure out like when's the most opportune moment to use. And with that being said, that's going to be the end of the VOD review. So anybody who is looking to get coaching, all you got to do is use the link down below in the description, join my Discord, and submit a request in the VOD review channel. Other than that, hopefully you have a great morning, afternoon, night, wherever y'all may be. And hopefully I'll see y'all in the next coaching video. Take care.